Time for something new, which might be fun and for all the family.
Arthur Christmas, which is the latest from Aardman stable, digimated rather than the stop motion animation of theirs, which I love. At the North Pole, Santa is nearing retirement. There are two heirs apparent. One of them is Steve, Hugh Laurie, who currently runs the operation, and he runs it like a military operation. The way that everything manages to get done is that it's now run with a huge, great big spaceship, which is painted on the underside to look like the night sky. Loads and loads of sort of black ops elves come out of it on, bits of string, Mission Impossible, like raids on entire countries, all done in about 15 minutes. So that's how they cover the whole of the Earth. Meanwhile, other son, Arthur, who spends most of his time reading lovely letters from children saying, "Dear Santa, I want a pink sparkle bike and I love you and I think you're brilliant. Will you be able to get down my chimney?" After the Christmas Eve operation is done, it turns out that one child has been overlooked and the pink sparkle bike hasn't been delivered. Arthur thinks this is outrageous, but Steve says, no, it's okay. That's a 0.00001% error. The mission was a success. Arthur disagrees.
A child's been missed!
Not necessarily.
A child's been missed!
Do you want to wake up the whole North Pole?
Good idea! A child's been missed!
Everything all right?
There's been a glitch.
A glitch? We've missed a child!
Really? Dear, oh dear, that's awful. How did you let it happen, Stephen?
How did I thought it was your mission.
Oh, no, this is your department.
What are we going to do?
We must, what must we do, Stephen?
There's nothing to do. The mission was a success.
But we can't leave a child out of Christmas.
Sunrise at destination is 7:39 a.m. There's no way to get there in time.
No way!
Except, of course, for the S1.
The S1. Righto.
No! The S1 has just travelled 7 million miles. We could damage it.
Oh, dear.
And risk the lives of the elves.
Oh, my.
So, voice cast includes James McAvoy, Hugh Laurie, Bill Nye, Jim Broadbent, Imelda Staunton. I mean,
Top
Uncle
cast.
Tom Cobley and all. And I have to say that for me, and I'm speaking as a huge Aardman fan, I think that there was a level of disappointment in this, and the reasons are as follows. Firstly, the story about, how does Santa do all that stuff? How does it actually happen? What if that's with the central idea is true, that Santa really is at the North Pole and delivers? It all goes, it's a story which has been done quite a lot in cinema and goes back to things like Santa Claus the movie, Dudley Moore. Remember that? You'll believe a reindeer can fly? Which was it was the gag which in the wake of Superman, let's do Father Christmas with special effects like you would have done a Superman movie. So that's the ghost that's hanging in the back. And to be honest, as far as ghosts are concerned, it's not a good ghost. Incidentally, the screenplay for this, Peter Bainham, who also, if I'm not mistaken, which I maybe wrote the screenplay for the rewrite, for the remake of Arthur with Russell Brand, which of course was the original. That was the Dudley Moore movie. So there's that in the background. There is a whole slew of Christmas movies which it is better than. Ernest Saves Christmas, although Ernest Saves Christmas does contain the best Christmas joke. He knows if you've been bad or good, and he's got an axe. And there is also...
You just mentioned that to mention the tagline.
I know, because now because the gloves are off now, we're into November, the Christmas movies are starting to come out. There's also The Santa Claus, in which the whole thing about Tim Allen having to step up, and become... Actually dates back to earlier movies. And then you think of the real timeless classics like Miracle on
34th Street.
34th Street. I was going to say Miracle on 42nd Street. Which
Miracle on the River Kwai.
Exactly, it would have been a slightly different issue. So the idea that we've never done How Does Father Christmas Do This, that's not actually that original. It has been done before, and I did sort of think that I'd seen that before. But the main problem was... The thing that I love about Aardman at their best, if you're looking at Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, that sort of thing, it's the detail in the physical animation is gorgeous. The thumbprints, the physicality of it. You do lose some of that in the digital animation. You replace the thumbprints and the mess and the mistakes with, obviously with a glossy sheen, which I really didn't care that much for. The other thing is, the greatest joy of Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit is the tiny jokes, like the fact there's a copy of a magazine which should have been Hello Magazine, but is A-Up Magazine. All the beautiful details on the wall, everywhere you look, there'll be some incredibly complicated joke, and you have to watch the film 50 times to figure them all out. When I was watching Arthur Christmas, I wanted that stuff to be there, and I was looking for it, and I have to say I didn't find it. And maybe it's not just that I'm not being eagle-eyed enough. Maybe it is there. Maybe on the 50th or 60th time on DVD, it'll start to turn up. The difference is I'm not going to watch Arthur Christmas 50 or 60 times. And this sounds like another odd thing to say, it's not quaint or British enough for me. It felt, I mean, I know several reviewers have referred to it as a very British Christmas movie, and I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was much more British than Santa Claus the movie, which of course isn't British. It's not a bad film by any means, and I'm sure that there are things in it that will, that will entertain and delight younger viewers. There's not enough in it to entertain and delight older viewers in the way Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which I would happily watch on hard rotation forever, because every time you watch it, there's stuff in it that you didn't see the time before. So the worst thing is, it's nothing more than adequate, and I'm really sorry, but I expect more than that from Aardman. I don't think they've completely dropped the ball. Actually, the thing it reminded me of most of all was the digimated version of Magic Roundabout, which there was some dialogue between Aardman and them about how that was, and I watched it and you think, well, that's an honourable attempt to do that, but it's lost something, and I wanted it to be more personal, more quirky, more strange, more thumbprints.
Could you? This is Martin in Nuneaton. Could you ask Mark, Tintin or Arthur Christmas for this weekend's rare trip to the cinema? We are a group comprising 4 adults and 2 children, ages 5 and 7.
Oh, blimey!
Because also, I've also been asked by a friend who's wants to take child age 3.5 for the first cinema trip. So you have to be.
Well, that would be Arthur Christmas. That would be Arthur Christmas.
And is Arthur Christmas okay for that?
Yes. I think it would be okay for that. Yeah.
No scary bits.
No.
No monsters?
No.
No knives?
No. I mean, Tintin does have,
lots of guns and alcohol.
Yeah, that's right.
OK, so but Martin's choice is Tintin or Arthur Christmas? 5 and 7.
Tintin's a better film, but I'd say Arthur Christmas.